Hi. Well, you finally get to put a face to all of that talking that you've heard. I'm pleased to be with you. My name is Pam Smith, and yes, I am a Texan, which is why my voice has got that southern drawl. This is your base kit that comes with the open number line, classroom open cards that are grade specific. I'll talk about those in a moment. Just for demo purposes, I've only included one up here. You actually get two of these to extend. And then if on one side, you actually have the open number line, but when you turn it over, you will actually have the number line that shows the equivalent increments. With this kit, like I said, you get two of these. You also get these suction cups, which when you attach these to your dry erase, you just suction it on there like this, and then when you pull it down, it's going to lock. Now, some people use these, and you can see for our purposes, we use the command strips, and that's only because we didn't want to mess up the wall. But a lot of teachers use that and put it below where they can leave that number line up all year and not necessarily take up space on their whiteboards. Now, in the kits come in two different versions, and these are the cards. This is the K2 kit that comes with 368 cards. And in here, they also are divided by tabs, and these tabs are very helpful for you as a teacher to keep those cards organized and to also know exactly where you're going. Some of the examples of some of the things that you'll get in here, you'll get all of the numbers or numerals that are written in standard form from 0 to 120. You'll also get numbers from 200 to 1200, but only in increments of 100, so you can place some of those, and then when kids are placing the other numbers, they know whether they go to the right, to the left, if they're greater than or less than. You're going to also get the numbers that are in different representations. So some of the representations will be like representing in a 10 frame, such as that. You may also have a representation form of words or just in subitizing dots. So you'll get several different sets of different ways to represent those same standard numbers. You also will get beginning fractions. And in the K2 kit, you're only going to be getting the fractions of halves, fourths, and eighths. But one of the things that I want you to know that I think is really, really cool, not only are you getting those fractions written like fractions, you're getting them in words, but you're also going to get the fractions that go beyond. So when you're trying to have kids say count by 1/2, you go 1/2, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves. We've given you the cards that extend beyond the whole number of 1, and I think that's just extremely important. So those are just some samples. Now in the grade 3-5 kit, you're going to get 584 cards. And some of the cards you're going to get are exactly the same, different representations. You're going to have fractions, and again, this is an example of how that fraction's going to go larger than just say the 1/2 of 2 halves. You actually have 5 halves, and then it's going to be written in words. You're going to have arrays. You're also going to have the hundreds chart where you begin to think about decimals or fractional values. You will have decimal cards in here. And then your fraction cards are going to have the denominators of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 16. So you are going to be able to go much, much further and in depth with fractions. Again, the pictorial. You'll also be able to use multiplication and division of unit fractions to think about what's going to happen if you had, say, a fourth, but you had 4 groups of those. You'll be able to show that on this number line. Now, the next 2 sessions that we will get involved in, we're just going to actually look at some activities. Before we do that, I want to demonstrate one other thing. Each one of these cards have a hole in the top and the bottom. And in this kit, you're going to get plenty of these little white hooks. And these white hooks hook onto another hook, or they could hook onto, say, another card. The first card that you're going to put on the number line, go ahead and take one of those white hooks and hook it onto your blue clips. And one of the things you're going to notice, the back of the blue clip is flat. The front of it's curved. So if you can kind of take a look at that. Always put your flat side to the back and put that as close as you can to that actual number line, because what we're trying to represent here is this is exactly where the number 119 is going to go. Now this 88 doesn't make sense because that's not the same equivalent of a 119. I'd want to dig through there and find one that was. That means that if this point on this number line is 119, that means the distance from 0 to this point is 119. So if I was going to put this on, where would it go? Is it equivalent? Is it greater? Is it less? And then where actually would it go on the number line? Is it real close to 119 or is it closer to 0? So those are some things that, just as far as organization that I wanted to share with you, because I think that'll be important as you begin to use the base kit. Thank you.